No one really knows how this is happening. I mean, how these cases are getting out of the police archives. Normally, these kinds of cases are locked away tight, sealed in secret boxes inside the safest corners of the police station. But somehow someone found them. This isn't a normal case. These are not just murders or robberies. These cases are about ghosts, aliens, monsters, magical, terrifying things that should stay hidden, buried in the darkness. But somehow, these files ended up on our table now, and no one really knows how they arrived here. Some say it was a teacher walking by his apartment in Manhattan who discovered them, tossed carelessly into a garbage can. Others claim it was a young boy, out fishing with his father, who spotted a plastic bag floating down the river, filled with these unsolved cases. A few even whisper that a journalist was mailed the files, but tragically passed away before he could report a single word. Now, no one knows exactly how we ended up with these files, how they arrived here in our hands. But what's certain is this: they came from the secret room of the police station, the room where the forgotten cases, the unsolved mysteries, the things the police gave up on lie dormant for years. And in these files are not just murders or kidnappings, these are cases of strange occurrences, unexplainable things. And in every single one of these cases, there's one thing in common. One chilling truth: the criminals are still unknown. The cases are all still open, and it seems as if the police simply stopped looking. So, here we are. We don't know how these cases came to us, but I believe we have a right to know what happened, to understand what's been happening in our society, in our neighborhoods, in our cities. What happened to the missing, the murdered, the forgotten victims? And today, I want to talk about Jerry. Jerry was just an ordinary man living in the 70s. He worked hard, lived in a small town just an hour outside of downtown. Every day, like clockwork, Jerry would get in his 1964 Ford truck and drive to work in the city. He had a family, a wife named Jasmine, full of youthful energy, and 2 young daughters, 8 and 3 years old. His life seemed simple, like most people's. But one day, he didn't come home. It was just another morning when he left. Jasmine waved him off, as she did every day. But that evening, he never returned. The clock ticked, and around 9 p.m., after waiting and worrying, Jasmine called the local police station. Detective John was the one assigned to the case. At first, he thought Jerry must have just gone out with friends, maybe for a drink. But that didn't fit. Jerry wasn't that kind of guy. And when John asked Jasmine if they'd had an argument, she assured him that their family was happy. Everything was normal. But something didn't sit right with John. He kept digging. He followed Jasmine, hoping to uncover a clue, but she didn't lead him anywhere. No secrets, no hidden relationships. John even looked into Jerry's finances. Maybe he had money, maybe someone wanted it, but there was nothing. Jerry was a worker, not a wealthy man. Days turned into a week. No sign of Jerry. Local TV stations started running campaigns about the missing man. His family was poor, they needed him. And then, after 6 days, they got a call from the Los Angeles Police Department. They had found Jerry's truck in the middle of Death Valley, over 3,000 miles away from his home, from his family. How could this be? Why was his truck there? What was Jerry doing, driving to the desert? John flew to Los Angeles, thinking it had to be some mistake. Maybe the truck had been stolen, or there was some mix-up. But when he saw the report, his blood ran cold. The date on the report? 4 days before Jerry had gone missing. How could that be? Confused, John flew back to New York, only to find that the story was just beginning. Calls flooded in from different states. People were seeing Jerry's truck driving through their towns. Some even said they saw it stopped at the side of the road, as if waiting for something. The media began to call it the ghost truck story. Some people believed Jerry was now a ghost, haunting the highways in his old truck. Others said he'd been taken by aliens. John, of course, didn't believe any of it. Not until one morning, when Jasmine woke up to find a note on the table. In Jerry's handwriting, it said, "I'm fine. I can't say where I am. You wouldn't understand. But don't worry about me. I'm okay. I can see you every moment." Jasmine was shaken, but when she showed the note to Detective John, he couldn't explain it. And then he vanished, gone. No one knows what happened to him or where he went. All we know is this: Jerry's case is still open, and now, so is John's. And somewhere out there, in the distance, the ghost truck still drives, its engine echoing through the empty roads. No one knows where it's going, or if it will ever stop.